Hey, great day, everyone. Welcome to the Do You Have 30 Minutes? Let's Make an Ebook on Canva for Beginners. So, if you're new here, my name is Dr. TK, clinical psychologist and business mentor for digital products and therapist streams of income. And today I'm going to be talking or walking you through on my screen about 10 things, in addition to answering any questions that you have in the chat box. On how to structure an ebook online. I'm going to be going over a lot of the questions that our Align Marketing Academy students have had. So I told them that I'll go live so that, if you're not in our program, you can get a little sense of our conversations. And so let's go ahead and hop into it. So before I share my screen, I do want to go over just some basic things related to Canva. So I'm going to be looking at my notes so I can make sure we hit on everything that they asked for. So, I believe that most online entrepreneurs at this point, what Canva is, right? But for those who don't, you can have a free account, you can have a premium account. If you have a paid account, it does give you access to a lot. But if you have a team, if you hire VAs or someone to help you with like your social media or graphic design, then you may want to consider for about 120 bucks a year, just about if you pay annually, to go ahead and upgrade to the annual pay in full subscription, primarily because you get more access to designs, templates, and stock photos. Okay. So for Canva, what you can use it for, there's a variety of things. I'm just going to go down the laundry list of the things that I've used it for, right? So I've used it for clearly ebooks. I've used it for social media, all different platforms, including YouTube thumbnails. I've did like small bits of like video editing on there. I've used it for all of my online courses, for the slides. I'm also a psychologist. So I go out into the community and I do workshops, or I do virtual workshops for therapists as well, like CE workshops. And so I've used Canva in all of those arenas. And of course, for any digital downloads, coupled with Google Docs, because I want to make sure that it's written in the way that I want it to sound through, grammar checks and all those things. And then I will copy and paste it into Canva. Okay. So when you create a Canva account, I would highly suggest, if you are new to Canva, that you sign up through your Gmail account, because I know it is a hassle to try to remember all of your passwords for every single platform. But if you already have one, let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm going to share my screen. Now, keep in mind, I have a lot going on in Canva, and I'm also going to talk about the importance of organization, okay, with your Canva. So let me share the screen. All right, everybody see this? Okay, so okay. So this is my Canva right here. And first, let's just go over logistically, like, what are you looking at? Okay. So you'll see like your little icon up here, like mine is Dr. TK. You'll have your search bar up here. You will have custom sizes if you know exactly what you are creating up here. And then you also have a list of things if you are not sure what you're there to create, but I highly doubt it. And then you have this thing called more. And so Canva has its own college. Okay. But what we're going to do today is talk about ebooks. Okay. So on the left, you'll have your home icon. You'll have some AI in here under Magic Studio. Now, one thing that I would highly recommend, especially if you are just starting on Canva or you're getting back into it, is to organize your projects. So very similar to if you have Google Drive, that's the comparison I'm going to use. If you have Google Drive, or if you save things on your computer, in order for you to find stuff, you want to put it in folders, right? And so that's the same thing you want to do in Canva, because if at any time you choose to delegate something to someone else, if you have to send them individual links versus here's the link to my whole folder, it's going to take a lot longer for you to get things off your plate. You can also star the folders for the folders that you use the most. And so like my personal branding, we break it up into streams of income, like CE events, mental health collaborations, coaching programs. And then also I've been in the digital marketing space for over 10 years. So I've had my run of different branding variations of my colors. Okay. Now, what I skipped up here is called brand. Brand is really important because when you are creating your templates, it would be a lot easier if you already had your brand colors right there on the left-hand side, and I'll show you what it looks like in a template, okay? So you have what's called brand kit. So if I click on brand kit right here, it's going to show you like different variations. You can upload as many logos as you would like, including ones that you create in Canva. So I've uploaded variations of our programs logos, my little logo, different coaching program logos. And then here are my colors. So you have logos at the top. Then you have colors at the bottom, and see here you can add new. So it'll allow you to add as many as you would like. I know with the paid version. And what I like to do, I'm not a graphic designer, but I like to have different shades of the colors that I'm going for, because instead of trying to look for the code or the color through like the little bar, what I'd rather do is just click on the color to see how it looks. So I'll show you what that looks like in a design. Okay. Then you have fonts. So this is what's considered like your brand kit, what someone would do with you if they were your branding coach, or you had like a photo shoot package or something like that. They would ask you, what fonts do you want? Now, the reason why fonts are really important is because you ideally want all of your stuff to look the same, right? You may fluctuate between some type of scripting fonts, some type of big title fonts, and you can use all of these throughout your ebook, because when you get a template, it's going to give you some fonts. And you're welcome to keep those fonts. But if you create one ebook like that, I would suggest you keep the same fonts across all of your ebooks. Why? Because you want people to be able to recognize your stuff. Okay. And then they have something called brand voice. I haven't used that yet, but you can also upload like your brand photos. I just organize mine in folders for all of my branding photo shoots, which I'll show you in a second, and any other thing. So let's go backward. I just wanted to show you that to your brand kit. So now let's get into how do I start a design. And so we're going to first look for ebook cover. And then I'm going to show you the variations of how you can look for the whole ebook itself. Okay. So you're going to go up to the search box, and Canva is really about your ability to ask the right question. That's it. Okay. So if you can ask yourself a very specific question, you will be able to find it in Canva. What I find is that Canva becomes overwhelming when you don't know what you're looking for. I would not suggest you go to Canva and say, what am I going to create today? No stream of income, no project, no social media platform or template inspiration. It's going to be confusing and you're going to shut it down. So I'm going to type in the word ebook. Okay. And I want to do search ebook because it's either going to bring up the template. See, look, it brought up my templates, or I want to look up Canva templates, like right here. So I'm going to choose Canva templates because I want to create a new ebook. Now, some of you may create an ebook style, and then you just want to keep duplicating that. That's fine. Okay. So what you're going to notice under ebook, if you hover over them, don't click them. If you hover over them, you'll be able to see like automatically the word pro, which means that it's not on the free account. You can also hover over them and you can see if they have multiple pages. Now, if you want to get your first ebook out there and you know you're not a graphic designer and you just want to make things simple, I would encourage you to hyper focus on ebooks that have a cover page plus the internal parts of the ebook all in one. But I'll show you what it could look like if you want to like piecemeal one together. Okay. Also, I don't want to skip this. You do want to star the templates that you like, because you can star them and then go back to them and then choose one. Okay. So I'm just going to scroll past these. Let's just say if I choose this one. Now, this one doesn't have a swipe over. So I'm going to keep going. Like, nope, I just want the whole thing, right? So this one has 11 pages. So I'm going to just, for the sake of time, I'm going to, let me see. Is this one? All right, let's just choose this one. So I'm going to click on it. Now, with Canva, if you open it up under customization, it's going to add it to your template library. And if you don't want it, you need to delete it. So I would suggest you just click on it, click on the pages, and see if it's something that you like. Now, for me, this will be too wordy if I wanted to create some type of checklist guide. So then, because of the algorithm, I'm going to go down here and see if I can see something that is more along the lines of what I want. So let's see, that's an introduction, paragraphs. Nope. Let's see, because I know a lot of the therapists have like checklists or, virtual entrepreneurs. Okay. So I'm just going to go with, let's see. Trying to find one that got multiple pages. Okay, let me just open this one. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click customize. Okay. Let me make sure y'all can see both pages. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to piecemeal something together because what tends to happen is you don't like the way the whole thing looks and you want to do certain parts. Okay. So I'm gonna open up this page, which shows me, I'm gonna put test cover page. Okay, so first I'm just gonna show you how to personalize the cover page. Now let's just say you get on here and you realize, oh wait, there's actually more, and I don't really like this one as much. I really like quit your day job. Once you click it, it's going to swap it out. So I'm gonna walk you through what you see on the left-hand side. Now that this one is open, you see template style, which are colors. When you click on the colors, it can shuffle it for you. It can shuffle what Canva already has as these branding colors, and it can show you different variations of the colors. So I like the black because it makes the white pop out more. So now I'm going to show you what I was explaining with your branding kit. Okay. So I like the black background. So right here you have background color. When I click on the color, it'll show me my branding kit. It will show me all the colors that I have uploaded for my branding kit because I have different colors based on the project. Okay. But it'll also show me what's already in this template. It says photo colors, like what's in this picture. And then you just have basic colors down here. So I may say, you know what? I really like the black. I like the white. So I need to swap out the text. So you can choose where you're going to start. So I'm going to put here, let's just say digital marketing. And let's say launch your ebook. Okay. So I'm going to keep it like that, but I want to make the word ebook pop. So I'm going to highlight ebook just like you would in a Google Doc. I'm going to click text color. Now, what's again nice is that my brand colors are already here. So I may want to make this pink. So I'm going to choose which shade of pink. I'm going to choose this one. And if I want to change the font, I can come over here and I can, play around with the font. Okay. Now, let me make this bigger. When it comes down to personalizing this, you just need to know where your cursor is. Just pay attention to the screen. So my cursor is over this little thing right here. And I know it's over this because the color change. I don't want this to be green. So I want to make it blue. And what I want y'all to pay attention to is the color grade. You want to be very mindful of white font on type of light colors, because if somebody cannot read it, let's just say if I made this a social media graphic, nobody can read this. Okay. So I want to make this, the guide, black. So I'm going to make it black just like that. Okay. Now, when it comes down to swapping out a picture, I have the picture highlighted with this grid line right here. Now I want you to pay attention to the left-hand side. So over here, you have elements. You can add in graphics. Like if I want to talk about working from anywhere and everywhere, I can add like a little passport. Some of the graphics you can personalize. So I can change the color of the passport. Okay. Then they have, once you put up one, they will automatically show you what is similar. Okay. You can do AI image generator as well. You can add more text. There are some texts that are already positioned for you based on how it's written, and you just swap out the words. Now, brand, like I said, if I wanted to add in my logo somewhere on the page, under logo, I click see all, and I may want to use my little picture. So I may put, I don't know, put it somewhere down there and make it small. Okay. Or I can put my logo. Under uploads, you can upload pictures and videos from your phone, from your computer, and you can swap them out. So I have regular pictures, but it depends on the project. I may not want to use my face. Okay, you don't have to use your face. So some of you may want to get into faceless content. So you have choices. You can either upload your own B-roll or photos. or you can go to what Canva has. So I'm first going to go to projects just to show you an example. And remember how I had mentioned that you want to create folders. So you see right here, it says create a folder, but I've already created some. So I'm going to click on folders right here. I'm going to go to a photo shoot where we had over 1,000 pictures. It was from 2021, and I still use the heck out of those pictures. So I'm going to scroll down. Clearly, I have a lot of pictures. Here it is right here, 2021. So what I did is I uploaded all of these pictures to Canva, and then I selected them, and I'll show you here. Let's just say if these were all the pictures. I uploaded all of them right here, upload, and then it'll pop up a box for my computer. Once they upload, I'm going to select them, and then I'm going to go down here, move to a folder, and you can either create a new folder or select an existing folder. Just to be more organized, this will help you move more efficiently, okay? So again, I'm going to go to projects. I'm in that photo shoot. I'm going to click on see all, and I want something that does not have my face, okay? So I'm going to scroll down here. I also don't like to use stuff that could be infringement on somebody else's brand. So I'm not going to use this. I may use it on my Instagram, but I'm not going to use it on something that everybody's going to have. But I may use something like this. Now, I don't like this color, but I'm just showing you how to swap it out. Okay, start today. Now, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. You can change all of these colors down here. I'm not going to do all that. But what I will remind you of is when you use templates in Canva, make sure that you swap out Instagram samples, because they'll say like at daily great or something like that. Make sure it's your name. And then you also want to put like your website or all rights reserved by, and then you put in the company name, etc. So remember earlier I said that you could have an ebook cover that you like, and you're like, well, how do I get the insert pages? Okay. So I'm going to keep this page up, and then I'm going to go back over to templates. I'm going to get out of here because remember, you want to build it yourself. Okay. So I'm going to put in now. Let me say this. You can do multiple things. You can type in ebook, and then what do you see? Ebook multiple pages. For those of you who just want to, like this one, I've done this one. You got 25 pages right here. Right here. Okay. You can do it like that. This is actually one of my ebooks. I just branded it a different color. All of these are multi-pages. You see 5, 12, 25. But you can also put in here what type of insert are you looking for? So ebook checklist. So when I put in ebook checklist, it's going to give me samples of ebooks, but it's also going to give me, look, a simple checklist. So you really have to have some inspiration of what you're looking for so that you're not in here for ages. Okay. Let's just say if you wanted to not put the word ebook, but you wanted to put the word calendar. Okay. So if I put the word calendar, you notice that it's all horizontal. So then what would that tell you? Put in the word vertical calendar. Don't overthink this, y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this one because it says August. I'm going to pull it up, and it has August. I'm going to open it and click customize. I hope y'all follow. Put a 1 in the comment box if you're following, if you're watching live. Okay. So I found the template that I wanted, and I opened it. Okay. So now I have 2 pages open. I have my cover page and I have my insert. This is when you build it up. Okay. So if I'm in my cover page, I like to go to the grid view where I can see all of the pages. You see, every time I click on one, it's highlighted. Okay. So let's just say this is my cover page. Over here, they give you multiple variations of August. I like this one. So all I'm going to do, and there are various ways you can do this. I'm just going to show you the way that I do it very quickly. Okay. Is that I make sure this purple box is over the August that I want. You can right click it, or if you have a Mac or something like that, Command C. But I'm going to click copy because this one is open. I'm going to position it somewhere on this page. You can drag it. You can drag it somewhere else later. So I'm just going to do Command V. which is paste. Y'all see how I did that? So I have up two different Canva pages. One document that's open is for my play cover page because I don't like any of the templates if that's your game. And you want to piecemeal because you may have multiple inserts. Now, please note you can do this clearly, which is what we did with a multi-page. You don't have to use all of these pages, but you do want to find the right inserts and not settle just for, oh man, I got to write it like this. No, you can rearrange the pictures. So you can rearrange the pictures. You can make them smaller. You can make them wider. To swap out the picture, same thing. It's highlighted in purple. You pick your picture over here. You drag it there, right there. If I don't want that white background, I go to edit image. I go to background remover. They have magic eraser. They have a lot of stuff in here. I just want to show y'all the basics just to get your ebook out. Okay. So if I wanted to do something like this, like I don't like all these pictures, like this is too much, all these frames, right? So you see here, are you really greatsite.com? Probably not. So I'm going to type in my website. I'm going to type in my Instagram. Okay, make sure that's popping. Then I'm like, I'm just going to do something like this. Boom, there I go. Look at you, girl. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I can just make myself bigger on that page. All right. And then you can rearrange it. So I like to take messy action. I learned going through college, I used to have a hard time with writer's block, but it didn't mean that I didn't know what to write. I always got stuck on the thesis statement. So I finally had a professor in undergrad that said, you write wonderful stories for class or case studies, etc. So what I want you to do is I want you to just write. And then when you get to the end, you would have clearly known what you wrote about. So I want you to look at your paper again, figure out what are the key points. And now I want you to circle back up and write the thesis statement. I operate backwards. That's just how my brain works. Don't know if it's because I'm primarily left-handed, but I always have to reverse engineer something. So the way I work is that I'd rather just type some stuff out and then reorganize it later. Make sense? So I may say, well, this looks weird. The calendar is before the table of contents. So I need to click the table of contents and just drag it over. Now, I wouldn't start doing this until you wrote everything out. Don't worry about the order, okay? Another thing that you can do, especially if you have a longer ebook, is you can either do it here or I'll take you back to another page. You may want to name it because you may be working with a team and you may say, go look at not the page number because that can change, but I want you to go find the calendar. I want you to go find my getting started page, right? So I can click this little pencil and I can type in getting started. Now, why is that key? Okay. When you want to print, you just won't have the page number, you have getting started. If you send it to a team member, instead of saying go to page 5, but you forgot, you just updated it last night. So now page 5 is page 7. If you follow, you can just say, can you go to getting started and can you give me some feedback? Okay. So those are some basic things in terms of the design. Okay. So when you open up the page, you see here, you can change it right here as well at the top. So I can put, intro. So let's just say we got these two pages now named. Okay. Now let's talk about how you can share it, print it, save it, send it. Okay. So you're in the template and you can click share. And I'm going to walk you through each. So if you only want to send it to one individual, for example, we had a conference, something was going on with the Wi-Fi. So I told everybody as a backup, send our team your PowerPoint slides so that worst case scenario, we can pull it up on my laptop because if Wi-Fi goes out, we need to be able to export it and, do whatever. So you can either put in someone's individual email address. You can click this button just like Google and put anyone with link. Or if you know that you're going to be working with the same person or group of people multiple times, You can add them on your team. I'm not going to go into that right now, but it is in settings. I have a team called Dr. Takesha Jackson's team. So when I want something to be shared with my whole team and I want them to log into their own Canva, because I set them up through the paid version, I'm just going to say Dr. Takesha Jackson's team. That way they don't always have to log into my account. Okay. So that's the collaboration link. Then you have, there's other neat things you can do. I'll show y'all a presentation in a second, but download. So you want to know the file type. Now, depending on where you're uploading these pictures to, you want to make sure that you have the right size, especially not the ebook per se, but more so like if it's a slideshow. But you do want to identify if you are downloading, let's just say the cover page as a picture, because maybe you want to do a mock-up. I'll show you that in a second. But ultimately, you want to do PDF. Now, I want you to read the fine print. It says PDF, best for documents and emailing, best for printing. So typically, if we are uploading this to a store, I would do PDF standard. I don't usually click any of those. I don't include notes. Notes are you collaborate with someone else and they give you notes. Well, where do the notes go? Right here. Each page has a note, kind of like a teacher giving you editing through Microsoft Word, and they do what is it called? Track edits, right? In college. So I'm gonna click add comment. This is what me and my team do when they give feedback. I'm gonna say XYZ, etc. I can tag somebody on my team. So look, I can tag Jade, share this design. I give her, it's just like Google Docs. I can give her the ability to not edit, but comment. It depends on who they are. I'll let her edit, but some of y'all may want just people to comment. And then you can assign it to them. And I'm not going to assign it to her because I don't want her to do it. Like just click comment. Okay. When you click a comment, when she puts in her comment and I'm like, okay, we gravy, I can just click the checkbox, resolve. It disappears. Boom, we're good. That's what it meant by do you want to download the comments? Because maybe you want to print it and look at all the comments just like a paper. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to make a mock-up for social media, and then I'll take any questions. So I'm going to download intentionally 3 pages. Okay. And you can choose which pages you want to download to upload to a mock-up of a social media post. Okay. So you may find yourself going back depending on what the mock-up looks like. So for the sake of time, I'm going to download probably the most juiciest topics without them being able to read all my information. So I'm going to download definitely the cover page. I'm going to download getting started. And then I'm going to download this little graphic because it's cute. So what pages are these? And they're also worded. So 1, 5, and 6. Okay. So I'm going to go to share. I'm going to go to download. I'm going to keep it on PNG because that's what they suggest. And then I'm going to go to all pages. I'm going to unselect all. You know, you have 2 options. If it's super long, you may want to type in the pages. If not, you can just scroll down. So I'm going to do number 1, number 5, and number 6. I'm going to click done. You can also just type them in right here. I'm going to click download as pictures. It's going to download as a zip file on my computer in a second. While it's doing that, I'm going to go back over to the basic Canva. Okay. So you may find yourself having multiple Canva pages open. So I'm going to show you certain words that I use to find a mockup. So I'm going to put in maybe Instagram ebook. I'm going to put in ebook just so you can see the difference. Okay. Ebook mock up, and I'm going to see what happens. Okay. Look at all these Canva templates, y'all. 20,000. Don't tell me like you can't design your own stuff, right? The biggest thing is like choosing the color, but let's just do something simple. So I'm going to choose this one because I don't feel like finding a picture for the iPhone, but it does have like multiple. But let's do that one. So let's click this one. You can swipe through it, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. One got the iPhone. Oh no, both of them got the iPhone. Let me do this one. All right. So you can open it up and say, wow, I like this. So you can star it, go back and find some more. I'm going to click customize. Now, remember, I just downloaded the zip file. So I'm going to open that up on another screen. Now, Now we're going to bring everything together. You got your ebook design, you know how to download stuff as a picture. So you can either click on uploads, just drag and drop. So I'm going to, for me, off the screen, I'm going to highlight the 3 photos. I'm just going to drag them over here. You see it says drop files. So I'll drop them here. Now, remember what we talked about earlier. Once they drop, you can leave them in here, but clean it up later. You can click all these boxes and add them to a folder called ebook August 2024, right? I'm not going to change all of these words right now. You can definitely do that on your own now that you know how to do it. One thing you cannot change though in this design is you can't really change the background because it looks like it's a picture. Okay. So I'm going to drag and drop. I'm going to put my cover right here. And what I see is that, if you can see it, it cut off the top. So let's talk about that. Let's crop it. I don't like the way it cut off digital marketing and all the top. So it's still highlighted. I'm going to click edit image, crop. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Why did I do that? Oh, it's roots. Hold on. Let me see if it'll let me do it. It does. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it was too big. So I'm going to drag it down. All right, cool. Yay. All right. Then I'm just going to drag these other ones. Now, what I do to protect my intellectual property, I make sure that at least half of something is gone so that somebody can't try to get all the components of my ebook. Let's just say if your ebook is only 5 pages. Okay. And then I'm going to drag that one over there. If you like the way it looks, cool. If you don't like the way one of these pages look, you can always just swap them, just stack them, or you can go find another ebook page to put here. Okay. Look at that. You can, change that. You can change this. You can change, it looks like you can change the color of the arrows. So I may say, I want these arrows pink. Oh, there's your social media. Now let's just say if you get so excited, you like, ooh, I want more. What it's going to do is it's going to show you more over here, but you can come over here and put ebook mockup again. And this is how you can start adding on multiple variations of the same thing. So you can click add a page. I can click this one, same thing. Or I'm like, oh, I don't like that one. I like this one. Add a page. You do this one, right? So that's how you build up your little marketing portfolio for the ebook. Remember, we piecemealed an ebook, but you can look up an ebook with multiple pages, and then you can open up another tab and you can actually insert pages to your Canva. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Let me do a recap. We covered what is Canva. We talked about the best way to create a free Canva account, but what's the difference between paid and free? We talked about some basic features like the brand kit, how to use your colors and your fonts. We talked about how to create a new design, such as an ebook, and I'll walk you through different types. We talked about how to change the text, the pictures, how to organize your pictures. We talked about how to save or export your design. We also talked about just some basic designing tips and also how to collaborate. Are books and workbooks the same? The only difference would be maybe the size. It depends. So if you are, most ebooks are the 8 by 11. Okay. Let's just say you have a workbook and you want it to be printed. And let's just say you actually want it to be printed 6 by 9. Okay. So I'm going to take this ebook and I'm like, well, I want it to be digital and I want it to be big so they can write on it or something, or upload it to GoodNotes or their iPad. But I also want it to be where they can buy it, like on Amazon or something. So I'm going to come over here. You have up your same one. I'm going to go over here to resize, magic switch, and you can put in the custom size unless you're doing this for social media. So I'm going to click custom size. Now see where you gotta, this is where you gotta do a little homework. So it says width by height. So this is where Google will be your best friend. What are the pixels for a 6 by 9 book? Let's see if it tells me. Oh, 1800, y'all see this? Just Google it, y'all. 6 by 9 is equivalent to 1800 by 2700. 18. Okay, so it's going to give me a preview first, and it don't look that much different because it's a book. Now, really important, you don't want to erase your current version. So you always want to click copy and resize so that way you have the regular version and just make sure you name it and you have the 6x9 version. So I can click copy and resize. It's copying. Then it'll tell me to open it. And then it looks the same, but it's telling you what size it is. So I may say 6x9 or something. Okay. How to use those editing features. So what questions do you have about the editing features, or are you saying that you liked them? It was simple. I like to understand. All right, does that make sense, everybody? Let me go back here. And look, this is a lot. This can be overwhelming. I just want to say that again. Know what you're looking for. Does changing from pixels to inches do the same thing? So let's see. Let's go back in. So if you resize again, custom size, you have to just choose it. So I'm glad you asked that question. You can choose it. You can choose, because you may go to a website. Let's just say if you're designing a t-shirt and you have a shop, they may tell you, I need the upload to be in such and such inches, millimeters, centimeters. So you just choose inches, and then you can do 6x9. Same thing. When you click continue, it'll give you a preview. I'm not going to clone this one because I'll have a lot in my library, but you just click copy and resize. Same thing. Okay. So does that make sense? So yeah, and the reason why, just so y'all know, you have to just pay attention to the platform. Even if you say I only want to do it, in centimeters or pixels, it is based on what platform you are using to upload it. Now, clearly for an ebook, that's my last tip. For an ebook, you want to be very mindful of what your intent for the customer is to like do with your ebook. So if your goal is for them to print it and write on it, you definitely don't want to have a lot of dark colors or bright colors on these pages because it's going to take up a lot of their ink. So this is why you will see a lot of the time the cover page may be super pretty, the last page may be super pretty, like bright. However, these middle pages may be white. They may be like, let me see if I highlight that one. It may be, this sandy color. It may be gray. It may be just a lighter color simply because you don't want somebody using all their ink. Like if I wanted to use pink, I would probably use this light pink, not this bright pink. You can't even see it. Okay. Now, the last thing I do want to show you is hyperlinks, because this is what came up in our community. So I'm just going to snag a page. Oh, you know what? Let me do that graphics page. Okay. So let's just say, which I highly recommend, you want to have a resource page at the end of the book, because you always, especially if you have other products or services that are linked to what the ebook is about or getting on a wait list, you just want to make sure that you send them to something that is evergreen as long as possible, so that you don't have to keep updating the link, because people who bought it a year ago and now they're interested in your services or your products, they don't have the new version. Okay. So I would not put anything in here that's going to expire. I would rather send them to a website. This is why I choose to send a lot of people to drtk.com/links, because at the end of the day, I can change those links at any time. And whoever gets the book, whenever they get the ebook, they can always see the updated version, versus if I do drtk.com/ a specific URL, but now the URL event is no longer in place. Okay. So if you want to do hyperlinks, you can also do affiliate marketing. You can link them with your YouTube channel and things like that. Design the resource page, and then you're going to do hyperlinks. So let's see. Let me go back up here. Let me make this light. Okay. So let's just say first you want to give hyperlinks to the places in your ebook because somebody pulled it up in their iPad. So I want them to be able, when they click on introduction, I want them to be able to jump down to introduction. Okay. So let's see, what page is introduction on? Page 4. So I'm going to highlight page 4. I'm going to highlight page 4. I'm going to click the link, and you have choices. You can put in a URL, Or you can just, and that's why I like titling the pages, because you can see, you can't really see the picture. Or you can just click intro. Now it's linked. Always double check it. Now you can see it says right here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click it and boom, it takes me to the intro. Okay. That's one way you can hyperlink, is throughout the document itself, which is just a better user experience. That's what we're going for. Now, the other type of hyperlink is you want to send somebody off the website. So I'm going to hyperlink it to my links page. Okay. So I'm going to put in my website. You may want to copy the whole HTTPS thing, but I'm going to click done. It shows my hyperlink right there. I'm going to click done because you see they embedded one right here. So now I'm going to click on this. And look, it takes you to my links page. Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions? That brings me to a close of the intro to Canva. I really hope that this was helpful and to ideally y'all decrease the overwhelm, because that's what I probably see the most is it's more time spent on the overwhelm of designing something and picking your brand colors than it is focusing on getting your ebook in somebody's hands. I'd rather, I love branding, but I'd rather something be mediocre with the way it looks, but that the words in the ebook, because I mean, I'm sure you ain't gonna put them nothing ugly, right? So I would say focus on the content of what's in the ebook and hone in on your marketing skills. All right. So for those of you who are not part of our Align Marketing Academy, I do want to let you know how to get access to it. Okay. So when you go to, let me see, let me go to that links page. If you go to drtk.com forward slash, actually, if you go to drtk.com forward slash AMA, okay. Let's see. So if you go to that website, you're going to get a breakdown of the program. Okay. When you go to that page, it's going to, take you to the sign up page if you so choose, but definitely read what all the program involves. For those of you who are in the program, if you want to let them know what your experience has been, or like one worders, like I know a big word for us is like community, collaboration. They have been getting to work in that group. But I do want to give you all who are watching live, because I'm not going to type this out in the chat box. I do want to give you the coupon code, because if you don't follow the link I'm giving you right now, at least in August, you won't be able to find the link, So I'm going to give you the coupon code for you to get 50% off, because right now there is no special. It's full price, $9.97. So the coupon code word is ALIGN, ALIGN, I'm about to say HN, Align. And if you want to get 50% off and get access to our community, 2 different technically courses, your ability to meet with us a few times a month to do live coaching and Q&A around launching your digital product or really just showing up in the marketplace, then you definitely want to check out the program. Again, go to drtk.com forward slash AMA, but make sure that you write down the code that's called ALIGN, ALIGN. All right. So if there are no further questions, for those of you who are in AMA and for everybody else, we have taken a list of systems that I introduced them to that I've personally used over the last 10 years in the digital product space. And they've given me a list of things that they would like an overview on. So to give you an idea of what's coming is I'm going to do a overview of what is email marketing and what does it look like. I'm not going to teach you how to build out your funnel. That is in a course, okay? Because I want to be clear about that. We are going to do an overview of systems like Kajabi, Stand Store, and whatever other system. Oh, Private Podcast was another one. But if they tell me other systems and I'm familiar with them, I have no problem pulling up different pieces of my account and showing you what different systems do, because at the end of the day, if you want a profitable online business, unless you know code, you need a system. Okay. All right, y'all. Hope y'all had a great time. I know y'all did. I did. Thank you for this pop-up workshop today. If you have questions and or someone's watching later, it's live, so feel free to even come back to this. Put your comments in, and I do love talking to y'all in the comments. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend for those of you who this is your Friday, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.